Hey, what's going on, bootstrappers? This is Ryan Nickel coming at you with another coaching tip. I think this is number 62. Just cruising on out. All right, so adding professionals to your repertoire. So I just got done meeting with a probate attorney. So I do some probate. Actually, I do a lot of probate, relatively speaking. And I had, hey Kimberly, good morning. So I currently have 3 probate deals that I just floated across her desk. And sitting there talking to her, what's up, Andre? Sitting there and talking to her, what's up, Eric? I basically just said, hey, this is what I'm doing. She's like, what do you do? Like, how does this work? And she's like, this is kind of crazy, She's like, I've never seen anyone do this. I've seen people, what's up, Rusty? I've seen people that we in the past they'll buy the properties and we'll probate them and stuff like that, or we'll sell them and whatnot. What's going on, Seth? And then she's like, I've also seen, hey Dominique, I've seen where the people who come and the houses are just like all crazy, like there's a reverse mortgage on it, or they can't afford the mortgage payment, the bank's gonna take it. And I'm like, oh, those are my favorite. Maybe not so much the reverse mortgage aspect, but like if they're behind on payments and the bank's gonna take it, or they just inherited the property and they just don't know what to do with it. I love those deals. So anyway, after giving her 3 of these, is this a cop behind me? What's going on? Undercover dude. So after giving them giving her 3 different leads that I have, I've got 3 different probate properties. And this is the beautiful part about what I do. I can go and I can find properties. So all 3 of these properties are deals that people inherited. They don't have the money to fund the probate. So I'm going to fund the probate. 2 of them I already have under contract. One of them I actually own on a contract. Imagine that. I'll tell you that. It's a whole different story. But I definitely do. And the other 2, one of them I'm gonna get under contract here shortly. I'm gonna have her claim her interest over to me, and then the other one, of course, it's a done deal as well. So I bring her these deals and I say, look, this is I'm gonna pay for the probate. I'm funding everything. I'm making money. And she's like, how do you make money? So I share with her my business plan. I said, look, these are properties that are in the arrears that I have someone that's already brought the money forward. They're going to fund the probate for me, and they're going to fund the bringing these current, and we're going to rock and roll. She's like, this is an amazing business model. She's like, this is so smart, and it doesn't cost you anything. I'm like, no, I'm just like the middleman. I just matchmaker, put them together. And she's like, I love this idea. And I'm like, I do too. And then I asked her, I said, do you ever get people to come to you and they have a house that they definitely want to probate, but it's just it's iffy on your end because you're going to do all the work and you don't know if they're going to pay you or not. And she's like, oh, all the time it happens. I get like 4 or 5 a year. I'm like, okay, that's all the time. But you have to understand probate takes a long time. And so, yeah, 4 or 5 a year is I guess a lot for her. But anyway, she said that she recently just turned down one because they're behind on payments. They weren't able to do anything. I said, well, I would love to contact that person and get you paid in the process. This would be a win-win for everybody. And she goes, I will reach out to them today and let them know that I may have a solution for them, because it didn't make sense for me to probate knowing that they may not get it sold or they may not be able to pay me. But with you in the equation, this is a great win-win. I'm like, yeah, it's a great win for everybody. You're getting paid, I'm getting paid, they're going to get something out of it as well. And when you go and you add these professionals to your repertoire, to your list of people that you can refer to or that you do business with, it's always best to go in with a gift in hand. I mean, you can't downplay that. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to give them a lead per se. Like, I remember when I first moved to the market here, I did not have a lead. I didn't even have a lead to give to an attorney, and I came in and I have my book. I wrote this best-selling book. And so, you know what, here's something that I wrote that I want to give to you. It's my gift. So always give something of value when you're going and you're meeting with these people. And I know a guy that hands out lottery tickets. He goes, today's your lucky day, and he gives them a lottery ticket. Hey, what's going on, Dan Turner? And but the cool thing about it is I'm not getting referral business back from this referral source that I went to as well. And she's going to help me make a lot of money, and she's also going to help push through things as well. The probate attorney who I've been doing a lot of business with, she's getting ready to retire. She still works great. Don't get me wrong, she's tremendous. And the way that I actually found this probate attorney that I'm currently working with, not this new one, but this other one, was that I found a pre-foreclosure. It was getting ready to go to auction. It had already been probated, and there was an investor on it as well. And the investor at the last minute, in the 11th hour, decided to pull the plug because it wasn't profitable enough for him. And so he bounced out of that deal. This is a crazy, crazy deal too. I love it because of the intricacies and the complexion, all the complex moving parts. But because, you know, he bounced out, I was able to get just got a text from a guy about a property. So I was able to get a $22,000 payday, and I'm cash flowing this thing about $250 a month. And I've had this house for a little over a year now. But the way I got it is that it had been probated, and it was about a week away from going to the bank. And so I took it over sub 2. And part of the stipulations was, she said, look, I don't want any money from you. What I'd like you to do is to pay my probate attorney costs. It was about like $3,300. So yeah, I go over and I introduced myself and said, hi, I just purchased this property. I understand that there's a bill for me to pay. And they're like, oh my gosh, we didn't think we were going to get paid on this one. Oh my gosh. And so like, they're all like loving me and stuff like that. And that's how I got that relationship. It's just adding value wherever you go. The more value you add, the more money you make. And that's this relationship. So I came in there, I added, 3 properties. Now I guarantee you, if you're out there doing what I tell you to do, what I'm doing, knocking on doors, you're going to find properties that need to be probated, properties that you can make money on. And you can take these right back to any probate attorney you have, or if you want to create a relationship with, and bam, you got someone in your back pocket now that's loyal to you because you're now feeding them. And of course, it's a win for everybody. And you tell them what they do, and they're going to start referring business back to you. My other attorney, she's referred tons of business to me, but she's getting ready to retire. And so I need to look on, who's going to go the distance with me. This particular gal that I went and met with today, she's my age, maybe a little bit younger. She's going to go the distance, and it's exactly what I wanted. Now, if you don't know how to structure these deals, if you don't know, like, you can find them, but you're like, what do I do with them? How do I make money? I have a training coming up here. I'm not going to belabor the point. By the time this is out on YouTube and all the guys that I have on my YouTube channel are watching this, it would have already come and gone. But jump into this group, learn what we got going on. Like I said, we have a training coming on. I'm going to be teaching basically the mystery, the secret behind everything that I'm doing. As far as these skinny deals, how to find them, how to contact them, how to negotiate them, how to do the math, how to close them and make cash. That's basically the most important thing. And then of course how to market and find the buyers, because they're the ones that are funding the entire thing. And how do you protect yourself from paper-wise, from start to finish? How do you make sure that you're getting paid, but you're also not breaking any laws or anything like that? Cover all of that and more, much more. But anyway, love you, bootstrappers. Just remember, you're one deal away from changing your entire financial future, and you're also just one relationship away as well. Talk to y'all later. And it didn't want to end, so I'll go ahead and add a little bit more to this piece. Is when you have these relationships, treat them like assets. They truly are assets. They're very important. They're going to be able to, it's how you build your business. There's no way I would have been able to do this all by myself. I have a team behind me. I have people that you don't even see, that you don't even know about. I have a VA. I have some coaches that I've hired, and I have other people as well. Hey, what's up, Molly? That have helped me to get to where I am in this level and where I want to go. I'm still growing my business and still taking it to the next level. And I feel it's my duty and my obligation morally, with the success that I've had, to give back to individuals, to give back to the people that are putting their trust in becoming a bootstrapper, so that they can become successful as well, and they can go up that next rung, and then they can pay it back to the next person that's below them as well. That's what it's all about. No one was born knowing all this information. Yeah, I've paid for it. I spent a lot of money to learn what I've learned. I've also spent a lot of time and effort trying to do what I've done. I've bruised my knuckles a few times. I've gotten back up, and that's what it's all about. But when you realize the value that you have to bring, and the value you have to bring to other professionals, these professionals are going to stick with you. They're going to be able to, they'll flock to you. I got a buyer that buys almost all of my properties, almost all of my properties. I mean, if it's within reason, doesn't even bat an eye, doesn't even think twice. He'll even buy some of my properties because they're such good deals. He'll sit on them as his inventory. He'll just let his inventory build up because they're such great deals that he can sit on them and still make a profit in this market, of course, that's continuing to rise, that he doesn't even bat an eye. That's the value of the relationships that you bring. And so the more value you bring, the more you add to these professionals that are in your marketplace, the more money, the more value that they're going to bring to you. And that's what it's all about. What's up, Dan? What'd you say? You know what? I do several different things to nurture these relationships. One of the guys, I actually meet with him every 2 weeks, and we go to breakfast. We talk about deals that we got going. I prep him for deals that are coming down the pipeline because I want him to get his money ready. So I'm very strategic in that regard, so that he's prepping his money so that when I pull the trigger and I get a property, he's ready to pull the trigger as well. On the other relationships that I have, it's I found out so very early on. So, for example, this real estate or this probate attorney that I talked to today, I asked, she asked me how I wanted to be communicated with. And I said, look, I'm very hands off. Just let me know when we're ready to close on this deal. How do you want me to communicate with you? She's like, I prefer that. I don't, I love my clients and all this stuff. I love seeing you and all this stuff, but I would rather just get the work done and do the work that I want, that needs to happen. I'm like, not a problem. So that's one way that I communicate. And so I asked her, I said, is it best for me just to email you and say, got another one? Here you go. Here's all the details. And she said, that's ideal. I would love you for that, because that way I can actually do what I do best, and that is work on these properties for you. Hey, what's up, Jared? So that's one thing. I'll tell you one thing that I just started implementing to create loyalty, and I didn't have to do this, but I wanted to, was on my buyers, those that are buying rent to owns from me. I looked up their 1-year anniversary, so I now know when their anniversary is, and I send them a gift card, a little, like a $35 movie pack, says, hey, you know what? Thanks for being one of my buyers. I appreciate you. Take some time to enjoy yourself and your loved ones. So like, dinner and a movie kind of a thing. And so I've given them movie passes. I've done in the past, I've given them like Home Depot cards, but I'm like, this is kind of stupid. And this is like when I was like broke. So they're giving me like a $10,000 down payment. I'm giving them a $10 Home Depot card. Hey, go buy something for your house. And I'm just like, here's a doormat for your house, Huge disconnect at that point. But that was when I was struggling to get my business off the ground. Like I said, right now, I'm making so much money from these guys. I love serving them. I love giving them the house the home that they have now. And so, yeah, I give them on their anniversary, their 1-year anniversary with me, I give them a gift card just to say thanks. I want to keep them loyal. Especially if push came to shove, they're like, oh man, I can't make my mortgage payment this month, but Ryan's always giving us these gift cards. He's a good guy. I don't want to skip out on him. I'm not going to make the car payment. I'm going to pay the house payment. I want them to have a little bit of a remorse if they ever wanted to not make a payment to me. So that's another way that I nurture those relationships. Let's see, anything off the top of my head. I think it's pretty good for you guys. All right, any other questions before I jump off this? Give it a little bit of time for the delay factor. So you guys can type your fingers fast enough. What value can you add to a general real estate lawyer trying to earn a relationship or loyalty? Hey, Daniel, what market are you in? Are you in a title state or are you in an attorney state? And is that why you're asking about a real estate lawyer? One of the things I do with my real estate lawyers that I work with, huge delay. Yeah, dude. One of the things attorneys love, bottom line, attorneys love money. So as you're in this business, you're going to be out there, shaking hands, kissing babies. You're going to run into a situation where you can refer them somebody. I always refer them. I don't just say, hey, here's my attorney, talk to them. I always prepackage that and, kind of put a little bow on it. So what I'll do is I will refer the attorney in an email or a 3-way text if they're on text. And I'll also throw in the other person's information. And I let the person know who I'm talking to, like, hey, you know what? I trust this attorney. He does what he says he's going to do. He's really good. What's up, Randy? And I'm going to go ahead and make the introduction for you. And most people are like, yeah, please, because they want a good, introduction. And so that's how I do that. That's how I add value to my attorneys is when I find someone that has a need that they can resolve for them, I'll go ahead and do a 3-way email, or, I'll carbon copy the person in question on it. Hey, what's up, Eric? And that's how I add value to the attorney. And in the process, they are able to, of course, they're like, oh, Ryan sends me business. I'm basically, in other words, Ryan means money. Ryan equals money to me. Ryan helps provide, for my family. He's giving me opportunities to continue to practice my craft. And so that's how I add value to attorneys. I don't buy them flowers or take them to dinner or anything like that. No, attorneys look basically their bottom line. All those attorney jokes about them being sharks and looking for the money, they're all true. And so I look for ways that I can go ahead and add to their bottom line at the same time. So good question, man. I still didn't catch what state you're in, but it don't matter. I can look that up later, but it sounds like you might be in an attorney state. Cool. Any other questions? I think what I'm going to start to bring back is the Monday motivation little Q&As that we did once or twice. I think we did it one time, but it broke down, so it's in my mind it's 2 times because we had to bring it back on. I broke the internet. And that way we can really add some value to your guys' lives, make sure you're getting some information rolling forth. But all right, I don't see any more questions here. I'll see you all later. For reals this time.